Alright, back to take a look at Everlook Starfall, the vanilla server that's been open a little over 2 weeks now. I've been playing here a week. The population is not doing great. I mean, it's not awful, but still, taking a look at the Discord activity, recruitment is really low. That's surprisingly low. Now, online, there's definitely enough people to get everything done. Started out at like 2,000 max, and then got down to like 1,400 max. You can see what the pop looks like here. This is the guild I'm in now. It's a Spanish-speaking guild. This is a lot of inactive people. That's not unusual. That happens in vanilla servers all the time. What's unusual is that despite the guild master's efforts, he's not able to replace the people that are not online. That's the hard part. Here's taking a look at the population breakdown from Alliance side by category. Yeah, the guild I'm in, the guy is really like, I can see all the guild masters are trying really hard to recruit their guilds. Some of them even going so far as to whisper people in other guilds to come join their guild, which is something I always really, really dislike. I don't recommend that. I think that's a dick move. Don't do it. Yeah, there's definitely enough people online to play. That's not the issue. The issue is going to be endgame. The population needs to grow. Here's taking a look from the Horde side. Horde and Alliance, they stayed it was 50-50. When I did a census, days ago. And it was, you know what? It was probably like a week ago. It was 50-50, which is hard to believe. If you look at the top numbers, 50 to 60, Alliance and Horde, at least at this time that I checked, they're pretty much the same. Horde had a lot more 60s than Alliance did, but Alliance had a little bit more people leveling, as I recall. Yeah, so there's definitely enough people, but the pop needs to grow. One really weird thing that I noticed this last weekend when I was checking out the pop on Sunday right here, you know what? Peak time is not the usual 8 p.m. server time EU. This server's in France. Peak time is before that. That's why I kept missing the biggest numbers. So here is like 1,600 and some change. So the pop did rebound. This may be where it's stabilizing. It may stabilize in the 1,500 range. It's definitely gone back up a little, which is a really good sign. But yeah, so this means that if it's not 8 p.m. and it's actually 2-3 hours earlier, that means that relatively speaking, our Western EU counterparts are underrepresented here. And I mean relatively speaking. Western EU is always by far the highest pop on any private server. Now they're just meh. So that's where the opportunity is the Western EU like raiding guilds need to come play here. As far as the interface, what I read is not a lot. I'll say there are many problems with using the 1.14 client. And that's a new idea, so I would assume that there's going to be some issues. So I recommend the 1.12 client, and many of us have our old vanilla clients filled with our add-ons. Here I am going through PFUI. I highly recommend using PFUI, and avail yourself of that screen I was just looking at to take things out. Start with PFUI as your interface, and then take things out until you like it. That's what I would recommend. Although I've been having some difficulties. I'm using, I think it's PFUI. You'll see me using Luna. Like, Luna was what I used all the time in vanilla, but I'm having some difficulties with it now. I'm not really sure why. I even found a backported Xpearl, which I used at some point too. Not any one of them is doing all the things I need as a healer. But as you can see, like, there are no problems with finding groups to get the quests done that you normally need help with. These are all the usual ones right here that you're looking for people, and I'm having no problems with that. Problems that you might have is because it's not like super populated. If you go out to like Desolus, it's going to be desolate. Desolus is kind of a place you go to grind, isn't it? And I didn't see a lot of people there. I'm not quite high enough to work there. Like, I'm level 29 now, so I'm not going there to quest, but I didn't see a ton of people there. I did make a run through it. I just landed in 1,000 Needles at 29 to start those quests, which are definitely a grind. And I saw, usually you see a ton of Horde there. I didn't see anybody there, but then again, I did it late at night server time, because I don't want to see Horde there because they almost always gank you. But yeah, here you'll see that there is no problem finding groups. Anything you need to get done, all your elite quests. There's plenty of people in world chat all day long looking for groups for elite quests and dungeons. That's no issue whatsoever. Now here you can see I'm using, that's the Luna unit frame sitting on top of the PFUI interface. I'm probably going to stick with that. So yeah, the problems here are, it's not a problem right now. The problem long term is going to be there needs to be a lot more people in order for there to be, a competitive rating scene. Like me personally, I don't care because I'm going to be doing BGs, but it needs more people. It needs to grow a bit more for endgame. Like you need another 1K average pop online. So, I still recommend the server. I absolutely recommend the server. And not because I'm desperate to have people come. I don't see any downside right now. My concern is if it doesn't grow at least a little bit more, I'd be concerned about the raiders. Like they're going to be scrounging around for groups. So hang in there, man, if you're already here playing. And I think, at least from what I saw this past weekend, it does look like it's growing again. And here's me running from Ashenvale all the way to Feathermoon as a Furlbog. Enjoy.